Hello students, today we are continuing with the chapter 20, locomotion and movement. In the previous chapter or in the previous video, I told you about the types of muscles. The last topic which we discussed in the previous video, that was the types of muscles. We have learnt about the differences between the skeletal muscles, unstraightened muscles and cardiac muscles. Now we are continuing with the chapter. Now here in this, today we will discuss about the detailed structure of a muscle, skeletal muscle. So here are a few points, you just have a look over here, that skeletal muscle is made up of muscle bundles called as fascicles. Means muscle is not a single cell, it is found in the bundle form, and that bundle of muscles is called as fascicles, which are held together by collagenous connective tissue. That means this connective tissue is made up of collagen protein, and this connective tissue, it forms the layer and then it is called as fascia. That means bundle of muscle is called as fascicles, which is held together by a layer of made up of collagen protein, and this is called as fascia. Next is the muscle cells are always elongated, slender, fiber-like cells. I already told you in the previous video regarding the differences of skeletal muscles, unstraightened muscles and cardiac muscles. In that I told you that the muscle cells, they are usually elongated, they are stretched, they are long, slender and they are fiber-like. So we say that because of being fiber-like, these are said to be as muscle fibers. Then muscle fibers possess large number of fibrils, means fine fibril or fiber-like structures are present in the muscle cell, and these muscles bearing the fibrils or fiber-like structures, they are called as myofibrils. These fibrils present in the muscle, they are called as myofibril because myo word is used for the muscle, and these fibers they are present in the muscle, that's why they are called as myofibrils. So here that means muscle fibers, they possess myofibrils, which are formed of two types of protein. These myofibrils, they are made up of two types of proteins. One is the actin protein and the other one is the myosin protein. Actin protein and myosin protein. Muscle cells, they lose their capability to divide. That means they don't divide, they don't regenerate. Means if any injury is done, then their regeneration is reduced. Regenerate and they don't multiply. Then study of muscle is called as myology. When we study the muscle, as study of plants and animals collectively, it is called as biology. In the same way, study of muscle is called as myology. Myo word is used for muscles. So these are the few points related to the introduction about the muscle. Now we'll continue with the topic, the structure of muscles. Now students, here we are continuing with the structure of the muscle. So look over here that each muscle bundle contains number of muscle fibers, or we call it as muscle cell. Just now I told you that muscle cell is elongated, that's why we call it as fiber. So instead of muscle cell, we are using the term muscle fiber. And over here it is that muscle bundle contains number of muscle fibers, means the bundle is composed of many muscle fibers or the muscle cells, and this bundle or each muscle cell is bounded by a membrane, that is plasma membrane, because these muscles are present in animals. So animal cells, the outermost covering of the animal cell is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is the bounding layer of the animal cell. So now here this plasma membrane is called as sarcolemma. When we are talking about the muscle, the plasma membrane of the muscle cell is called as the sarcolemma. Then sarcolemma contain well-developed endoplasmic reticulum. Sarcolemma, it contains well-developed, because animal cell is there, endoplasmic reticulum is present in both plants and as animal cell, but it is specialized, or it is present in the more developed manner in the animal cell. And when we are talking about the muscle cell, this endoplasmic reticulum is more developed. So here say well-developed endoplasmic reticulum is present, and this endoplasmic reticulum in the muscle cell is named as sarcoplasmic tubule, which are specialized for storage of calcium. Here calcium is stored, that means these sarcoplasmic tubule or endoplasmic reticulum in the muscle cells are specialized to store calciums in its cytoplasm, and the cytoplasm of the muscle cell is called as sarcoplasm. Then sarcoplasm of the muscle fiber is multinucleated. Already we know that the cell is uninucleate. Some cells are multinucleated. So here we say that the muscle cell is multinucleated, and for multinucleated animal cell we refer the term syncytium. So sarcoplasm of muscle fiber is multinucleated, so we call it as syncytium. There are large number of parallelly arranged filaments present in the muscle cell. In the muscle cell, when I draw the diagram here, in the previous class I told you about the structure of the unstraightened muscles. Okay, and in the straightened muscles also bands are there containing myofibrils. Okay, so these filaments, they are arranged, there many fine filaments are present in the muscle cell, and these filaments in the muscle cells, they are arranged parallelly to each other, and these filaments, they are called as myofibrils or myofilaments. So just have a look over here once again. Each muscle bundle contains number of muscle fibers or muscle cells bounded by plasma membrane called as sarcolemma. Sarcolemma contain well-developed endoplasmic reticulum called as sarcoplasmic tubule, which are specialized for storage of calcium in its cytoplasm, and this cytoplasm is called as sarcoplasm. Cytoplasm of a muscle cell is called as sarcoplasm. Sarcoplasm of muscle fiber is multinucleated and is called as syncytium. There are large number of parallelly arranged filaments present in the muscle cell. So these filaments, they are called as myofilaments or myofibrils. So you have seen over here the different terms which we are using. Now we will discuss about the detailed structure of muscle. Now here you can see the diagram of a muscle. Okay, this is a diagram of a skeletal muscles. Already we have seen this diagram in the differences which we have discussed in the previous video. Now you can see over here the diagram. Here I told you about the dark band and the light band. That means striations are there on the skeletal muscle called as dark band and light band. Dark band, they are also called as A band. A word is used for an isotropic. So this is also called as an isotropic band, and in short we call it as A band, and is made up of myosin protein. So dark band called as A band. A band is used for an isotropic band and also made up of myosin protein. Then light band called as I band, and I word here refers for isotropic. I word refers to isotropic band. This is called as isotropic band, and it is made up of actin protein. So now just have a look over here. Striated appearance of myofibril is due to the distribution pattern of actin and myosin protein. Means the striations which appear on the skeletal filament or in the myofibril is just because of the presence of myosin and actin protein. And this presence is in the arrangement, in a proper arrangement, or we say it is a distribution pattern. Next is both actin and myosin. These are arranged as rod-like structures parallel to each other. They are rod-like structures parallel to each other. Actin filaments are thinner than the myosin filaments. That means the thickness of myosin is more than the actin, and hence these are also called as thin and thick filaments. Now just have a look over here to the board. Dark bands called as A band because of an isotropic band made up of myosin. Light band also called as isotropic band, in short called as I band, made up of actin filament. And these are the points. Now students, here you can see the diagram. This is the diagram of a muscle fiber or a muscle cell which consists of alternate light and dark bands. See here, light band, dark band, light band, dark band. Okay, so in the muscle fiber, these bands made actin and myosin bands, they are present alternately to each other. You can see here that myofibrils consist of alternate light and dark bands. So what is there? This I had marked half of light band, one complete dark band, and again half of light band. This is represented by the term sarcomere. Actually, sarcomere is the functional unit of muscle. So what we call it as sarcomere is the functional unit of a muscle fiber, and contraction and relaxation of muscle fiber is just because of the sarcomere. Sarcomere is responsible for contraction and relaxation of a muscle fiber. Now see here, this light band, this portion, half light band is measure about 0.8 mu or micron. Complete dark band is measure about 1.5 mu, and this again measures about 0.8 mu. So when we do the total of this, what we find that 0.8 plus 1.5 mu, or I'll write it the last, plus 0.8 mu equals to 3.1 mu. That means this is the length of one sarcomere, 3.1 mu. And this sarcomere is responsible for the contraction of muscle fiber. Now here you can see the diagram clearly that this is the light band, this is the dark band, this is the light band. So alternately they are present. Half of the light band, if I shade it with this red color, half of light band, then this complete dark band, and again half light band. This forms one sarcomere or one unit of muscle fiber which is responsible for contraction of muscles. Just have a look over it. Now students, here we see the detailed structure of a sarcomere, In this you can see that this is the I band, this is A band and this is I band. Then I told you that half of I band plus 1 A band and half of I band constitutes the sarcomere. So we can write down the formula for sarcomere as half I band plus 1 A band plus half I band is equals to 1 sarcomere. And here you can see that this half portion of I band, it has a line partition, that means the center, this complete I band is divided into two parts through a partition line that is called as Z line, and it is also called as Dobbe's line. And this is found on both the sides. That means sarcomere consists of two Z lines. That means the bounding line of a sarcomere is Z line. Then in between the A band, there is also a fine membrane which is called as M line, which divides the A band into two regions. And in between the center, we say in between this M line thin membrane, there is a zone which is called as H zone. In the center of this membrane, H zone is present. I'll write over here, H zone is present in the center of the M line, and this H resembles means Hansen zone. And this is the region where the filaments does not overlap each other. That means they are free. They are away from each other. They are not overlapping each other. Now just have a look over here. Each I band has a dark membrane in its center. Each I band has a dark membrane in its center, and it is called as Z line. I already told you about the Z line. Then in the middle of A band, thin fibrous membrane called M line is present, which holds the thick filament together. Okay, that means this M line is present, it is holding the thick filaments together. Thick filaments are myosin filaments. As I told you that thin filaments are called as actin filaments. Actin filaments are thin and myosin filaments are thick. So these myosin filaments, they are holded by M line. A and I bands are alternately arranged throughout the length of the myofibril. As we already studied that the skeleton muscles consist of alternately arranged dark bands and light bands. Then at the center of the A band, H zone is present, which is not overlapped by thin filaments. That means this H zone is it means Hansen zone. H-E-N-S-E-N, Hansen zone. And over here, overlapping is not done by thin filaments. That means actin filaments does not overlap this portion. So these are the further explanation of the structure of sarcomere. Once again, we will have a look. Each I band has dark membrane in its center, which is called as the Z line over here. In the middle of A band, thin fibrous membrane called M line is present, which holds the thick filament or myosin filaments together. This is the M line present in the center of the A band. Then A and I bands are alternately arranged. At the center of A band, in the middle of this M line, there is H zone where actin filaments does not overlap, and H zone is called as Hansen zone. Now we have a look over the complete diagram of a sarcomere. Students, now just have a look over here, the diagram of sarcomere. As I told you that sarcomere consists of alternate light band and dark band. So you can see over here, this is the light band, this band is light band, This is light band, and in between it is dark band. So just look at the diagrams along with the labeling. This is the Z line. This line is Z line, which divides I band into two halves. So this line we call it as Z line, and this region or these bands are the light bands, or we call it as I bands. This is also I band or light bands. In between the two I bands there is H. This band is called as the A band, dark band, made up of myosin, and light bands are made up of actin protein. Now this myosin has a membrane in the center which is called as M line, and this region M line consists of a non-overlapping region called as H zone. Here you can see that actin and myosin filaments are overlapped only to this portion, but this portion in the center is not overlapped by actin and myosin filament. So this non-overlapping region is called as the H zone or Henson zone, and the presence of this H zone is responsible for the contraction of the sarcomere or contraction of the muscles. So what will happen when contraction occurs? These actin filaments or the Z line is brought to the center, it gets squeezed, and then these end to end get touched with each other, resulting in the contraction of the muscle as well as reducing the length of the sarcomere. And when relaxation occurs, again the Z line moves apart, and again this H zone is formed in the center. So this importance is of there for H zone, that it is responsible for contraction of the muscles. Just have a look over here, the diagram of a sarcomere.